Hey guys, it's your best boxing friends. I'm Kelsey. This is Rachel. Jorge Masvidal won the BMF title in UFC the other day. And now my boy's calling out Canelo Alvarez. How bad do you think, for a boxing match, the same way Mayweather versus McGregor was, how bad do you think Masvidal destroys Canelo, Rachel? Tell me.
No. I just feel like I just hear people like trying to capitalize on Canelo's star power.
Yeah, so from Masvidal's comments, he really thinks that he could beat Canelo Alvarez at boxing.
At boxing, like that's just so like insane to me. Like I just watched Canelo Alvarez go up 2 weight classes and defeat like a sure Kovalev wasn't in his prime, but like still a really good boxer at light heavyweight. And anytime I saw Canelo and Kovalev next to each other, it was clear like how much bigger Kovalev was than Canelo.
Yeah.
And his discipline just like resulted in him like, you know, resoundedly like winning that fight. Like it's just so crazy to me. I'm like,
yeah,
that makes me laugh. That makes me laugh.
Well, let me give you some examples. Here's maybe why it wouldn't be insane. Maybe he only lets Canelo use one arm. Possibly. I don't know. Maybe it's part of the contract. Maybe Masvidal gets to bring like swords or something into the ring, or some jackhammers or something. Look, I love these type of fights. I love them. How much did I love Mayweather versus McGregor, Rachel? When everybody else panned it, who loved it?
Yes.
I loved it.
And my reminder is that it is okay to be entertained. And so if a fight like this were to be made and it drew like eyes to both sports and was fun and safe, like people enjoyed it, then like I have no issue with it. I just think that like there's no way that Canelo loses a boxing match.
Yeah, there's
any UFC fighter.
A certain viewpoint that I've seen a lot amongst the MMA community. Chael Sonnen made a video about Mayweather versus McGregor that kind of talks about this, and the way that Chael saw the fight was that Conor gave Mayweather a lot of problems in that fight. Mayweather wasn't ready for the kind of striking that Conor did, the awkward style, and kind of went in Mayweather's sport and showed, that maybe those boxers aren't that much better than the MMA guys. And that's kind of what Masvidal said, something similar, in that when he watched Mayweather versus McGregor, he thought kind of the same thing, that boxers don't really know because they're not used to the way strikers strike in the MMA, like how they box. That's not what happened in the Mayweather versus McGregor fight. That seems like it comes from a place of someone who doesn't watch Floyd Mayweather fight, who hadn't watched Floyd Mayweather fight for the last 10 years. Go back and show me any other fight in Mayweather's history where he just stood in the center of the ring with his hands up and walked forward. He does not do that against legitimate and elite boxers. He did that because he knew he could against Conor McGregor, because all he had to do against McGregor in a boxing match was watch out for McGregor's counterpunch. He's a southpaw, so his left-hand counterpunch. It's the only thing. In fact, there's images of him standing and McGregor's jab hitting it, like just barely grazing him, because Mayweather knew he could just stand there. It wasn't an issue. It's kind of like in MMA, there's something called chain wrestling, right? And that chain wrestling is not just the first move. It's the first move, the second move, and the third move. Chain wrestlers can do that. It happens mostly just in strict wrestling, right? In MMA, most MMA guys, because they have to study so many techniques, they only do the one thing. It's like that in boxing, right? In boxing, elite professional boxers, if there's something similar to chain boxing, there is something similar in boxing, in that elite professional boxers are 2 or 3 or 4 or 6 or 8 moves ahead of virtually any MMA striker, because that's how boxing works. They're doing little things to set other things up. And so what I'm saying is Masvidal, I love it. You want to get in the ring with Canelo Alvarez, do it. But you should know that you're very, very unlikely to be anything close to competitive in the fight.
Well, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, I also wouldn't say, should they fight an MMA match?
Yeah, it's the same thing. The other way would be the same way.
I wouldn't say Canelo would definitely win that.
He would definitely lose that.
I mean, like, Canelo, you're at a huge disadvantage. You're definitely going to lose. Yeah. So, like, it just seems crazy to me to have, like, these fights and and I guess I don't really like get it.
Yeah.
And to keep having it like on the boxing side, which I understand why, because like MMA takes like a lot of skill. Can you imagine like going in being a boxer your whole life and somebody's like, do MMA? Like, I mean, all the moves, you know what I mean?
Well, and somebody
I
like
get
Canelo,
why-
who's been only boxing. He's only been boxing and working on boxing since he was like 6 years old.
Yeah.
It's a different thing. It's a different level.
So I
It
get
just
why
is.
if you're a mixed martial artist, why like you come over and you think you can box.
Yeah, I get it.
Like I totally understand that. I don't think anybody would do it the reverse, but like I just got to say,
Mayweather and McGregor probably
turns
didn't help
out that you can't really.
So that's why I am interested. You get in there with Canelo Alvarez, he's not going to carry you the way that Mayweather kind of messed around with McGregor for those rounds.
Right.
I would have loved to see Conor McGregor versus Manny Pacquiao, because Manny Pacquiao would not have done that either, probably, especially because it would have looked more like how Manny came out against Keith Thurman, and except that McGregor wouldn't have the defensive skills to last through that, more than likely. Anyway, I still think it's awesome. I hope it happens. It's probably not going to happen. It probably shouldn't happen. I wouldn't mind seeing Jorge Masvidal try to beat Roger Federer at tennis, or maybe pick up basketball game with LeBron James.
Yeah, crossover mix, like, I don't know, matchups can we make across sports?
Yeah, Masvidal's a great fighter. He's a great.
Does he want to be a defensive like lineman? Does he want to get in and play center like under like Aaron Rodgers? Like, what else can we do? Or how about let's just see, like, they kick in UFC, right? Maybe you can be a kicker for an NFL
or you can
pro
play
team.
soccer.
So many things out there.
All that being said, I would love to see it. I love the hype. I love the circus-like atmosphere. That's basically all fighting sports are anyway, you know? And so I'm all about it happening. Let's hope it happens. Let's hope we see it. And you know what? I'll even be happy if I'm proven wrong. I wouldn't mind seeing something amazing like that. But I ain't going to be wrong, so don't worry about it. You're never wrong when you turn into Real Talk with Kelsey and Rachel. I'm Kelsey, and this is Rachel, and we're Real Talkies with Rachel and Kakas. What?
I don't know what words you're saying.